Hey guys, KJ's here again. I am just hopping on real quick to show you guys how to do water slide decals. I'm not quite sure if my phone's upside down or not, so I apologize if this video is upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and start by telling you guys what I have here. So here I have 3 mugs. They are regular ceramic mugs. They are Gibson Home brand. I believe I got these ones from Walmart in a set for, I think it was like 10 in a set. I don't remember how much I paid for them, but I have 2 water slides here, another 2 here and 1 here. I have 3 mugs in all. I have a bowl full of water, and I have scissors and a paper towel here next to me just in case. So you are going to need paper towels or napkins or something of the sort because you are using water for this, obviously. So to begin, I want to let you guys know of how I print my water slides. So I do buy the water slide paper off of Amazon. I do not know the brand off the top of my head, but I will post the link to the ones I get. They come in, they're Prime, so if you have Prime, they come in a day or two. I use my inkjet HP printer. They come out perfectly. I do have some Christmas ones that I just printed, but they're currently getting clear coated, so I didn't want to bring them down here and, you know, they're still a little sticky. So what I do is I print them out on my printer. I use Design Space to design them, or if I buy the SVG or whatever, I go ahead and create it. I flatten my image and then I upload it and I print it. I cut them out on my own. I actually use scissors, or I use this to cut them out. So if you guys have this works perfectly. I don't like how the Cricut cuts them out. I prefer to hand cut them. I can see what I'm doing a little bit more. And they don't have to be, you know, outlined or anything. You can just leave it as a square or a rectangle or any other kind of shape. Then you do have to clear coat them with a spray paint, clear coat spray or something of the sort. I clear coat them about 3 times. I spray them once about 2 minutes after it comes out of the printer. And then I wait about a minute or 2, then I clear coat it again, and then I wait 60 seconds, and then I do it a 3rd time, and then I do not use them for a little while. I usually wait at least an hour, if not overnight, if I can. You don't have to. You can start using them as soon as they don't feel sticky, but I like to give them a little extra time, but that's just preference. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and push 2 of these to the side. I don't know if I'm going to get to all these. I want to make this a quick video for you guys, but I wanted to make sure you guys understood how they worked. Now this is going to be quite interesting trying to put these on. Usually I have Matt here holding the cups for me so I can make sure they're even, but he disappeared on me tonight. So here you see the water, I have my mug, and then I have my water slide. This is what it looks like on the back, and this is the front. So if you do order different water slide paper than the one I have, you do have to follow the instructions on that water slide, just to let you know. So make sure you just follow the instructions of what it says. So I put them in upside down first. They will curl up. As you can see, it curls like that. I just make it flat. I kind of hold it down. Then I flip it over and I hold all 4 corners. Now you want to leave it in here for at least 30 seconds. This is to help the back come off of the slide. So you can kind of feel it once it's in here, if it's ready or not. This one needs a couple more seconds. Alright, so this one looks pretty good. So I'm going to lift it out. I'm going to let a few drops off. Now I'm going to kind of have an idea of where I want it on my cup, which is right around here. I'm going to hold the one side down, and you're going to take your pointer and your thumb, and your other pointer, your one pointer is going to be underneath, your thumb's going to be on top, and your other pointer is going to be to the side, and you're going to start sliding it off. So it will crinkle up on you, and you do want to work fairly quickly. Alright, so then you pull this off, and you can see it's a little crinkled here. You can use your fingers to just go ahead and get all the wrinkles out. Now you do have to be careful because as you can see, just one little movement, the whole thing goes. So I am actually going to take my paper towel and kind of put it on top to get a little bit of the water out from under it. So it's a little bit easier for me to move, but this way it doesn't slide everywhere. Now for these, you can bake them if they're ceramic, which is awesome. So if your cup's ceramic, you can, after you clear coat it and you put it on like this, wait about 3 hours, 4 hours. I wait overnight. I always like to give things extra time, but you wait a few hours and then you can put it into the oven. I believe the temperature for this brand is 230 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now again, you do have to kind of work out the creases quite a lot, but guys, I promise it's worth it. So this is the video here. I am going to turn it sideways so I can see a little bit better. Now, paper towels do help, or napkin or something of the sort, because they help get the water out underneath. And if there's a ton of water under it, it won't lay flat like it's supposed to. So I am going to pull this off camera a little bit just to see. It's a little hard to see what I'm doing. Now, if you do pull too much, it will start to crease on you. Or it will split, one or the other. So just be very careful. I've also seen sometimes when you bake it, it will lay a little bit flatter, and other times it doesn't. So it's better just to get everything out as much as you possibly can now than waiting. Alright, so this one looks pretty good. Sorry, like I said, I keep having to move it super close or off camera a little bit just to see because it's hard in the lighting. But this looks pretty good. It's a little, there's a little bump there. There we go. And then just clean up around the sides of it, make sure water's off. And then again, I just hit it with the paper towel once more. Make sure everything's good. That looks pretty good to me. You will see like there's like a little bit of a shadow here as I just crinkled it with my finger. I didn't think I touched it. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Alright, but this one is done. Oh, there's one I missed. You kind of want to do it as soon as it gets onto the cup, because the longer you wait, the longer it'll take to actually, you'll have to keep re-wetting it, or attempting to re-wet it, I should say. But it is already basically dried on there. I do recommend definitely baking them though, because if you don't, I mean, I guess you don't have to technically, but if you don't bake it, then it doesn't actually fuse onto the cup. It's almost like laying down HTV onto a shirt without pressing it on with heat. But it is super simple, guys, super easy. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and do the front of one of these for you. So I'm right-handed, so I always make sure that the decal faces out. My fiance is left-handed, so usually I try and put his decal here. There is some people who prefer it opposite way, so when I do shows or stuff like that, I try and do, you know, one way and one the other. Some people don't even have a preference. If it's double-sided, I always do the main decal on the front as if you're a right-hand drinker, so on this side. But so now I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So this one says, nope, not today. And then the back of it says, save your drama for your llama. So again, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in upside down. It will kind of make a fizzing noise. That is normal. And then hold it here. The smaller the decal, the easier it is to put it on. But I know some people who wrap like full tumblers. After you work with them a few times, it does get a lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. Looks pretty good to me. You don't have to drip all the water off as much as I do. I just prefer it because it's a lot easier to work with no dripping. So we're gonna put it about here. This one is a little bit longer. Around there works pretty good. So this one is a little bit more awkward, so I am gonna scooch it this way, and then I'm gonna pull this way. Now you can do it like this too, how I'm doing it in little sections, holding it and sliding, and this also helps. Just gonna go ahead and pull the rest of that out. It's a little crooked, so I'm gonna fix that. And be careful you don't pull too much, because if you do, you can rip it right in half. So you're just gonna move that, push this up a little. Could have made this one a little bit smaller, but it's actually perfect fit for this. This was actually going on a tumbler, but decided to put it on a cup instead. Now sometimes you will find that, you know, there's going to be a crinkle or a wrinkle somewhere in it just because of the shape. They will work themselves out usually. Most of this is from water, so I'm going to put this out. Some people use like squeegees, or I've even seen some people use their credit cards. I do not recommend that because you can just rip it by moving your fingers against it, let alone something like a credit card or a squeegee. The paper towels get just about all the water that it needs to out. This one's looking pretty good. There's about 2 lines in it, but and once it bakes in the oven, it will smooth out a little bit too. Obviously, if you have a ginormous bubble, it's not going to, but something small will. So there's the back. Now, or there's the front. For the back, I don't recommend doing the back until about an hour or so of doing the front. I have made the mistake of doing the back as I did the front, and I put it face down, and then my fiance picked it up and put it in his hands, and when we flipped it over, we were like, well, the back's perfect. The whole front was just destroyed. So I do recommend waiting for the backs if you can. If not, I recommend putting it on something so you do not have to touch the back, or doing it straight up, which is very, very hard to do. But that looks awesome. You guys are just going to see the glare no matter what. I'm sorry about that, guys. And then, since we're here, I guess we'll do this one. And then the backs I'll do, and I'll end up posting a photo for you guys to see later. I am going to bake them tomorrow. It's currently 2:04 a.m. here. So it's a little late. I don't feel like turning on my oven. So I'll do it in the morning. And I have a few, this is my Hallmark Christmas movie watching mug ones. So I'm going to go ahead and post those designs as well. So if you guys want to make them, you can. But these are super easy, super simple. I'm going to move these out of the way. Alright. I did clean these beforehand. I literally just took a damp paper towel and wiped them. And then I took a dry paper towel and wiped it off. Just to make sure nothing was on it. Alright. This one actually, you can see a little bit of the color coming off of this one. So one of the flowers must not have been as clear coated as it should have been. See, if this one runs too much, I won't be able to use it, but we can, oops, see how it looks on the cup. So that actually went on right where it needed to go right away. So this one actually does have, you can actually feel the difference. Look, you can see it. I'm going to take this one off because it wasn't clear coated right, but you can actually see here at the bottom where all the color. So this is what happens if it's not clear coated correctly or right, which is crazy because the Save Your Drama for Your Llama ones and these were all on the same sheet. But it just goes to show that doesn't always mean that it's gonna be clear coated. So this is what it looks like off. It's actually kind of cool. It's like those, you know, the fruit roll-ups you used to eat as a kid, or I think they were the fruit roll-ups that had the tattoos and all. That's what it feels like in your hands. I'm gonna crinkle that one up. I do have another one here sitting next to me. I'm gonna give that one a try and see if that one was clear coated.